Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Can I get a mic check?
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
Okay, okay. All right, all right, all right. I like to say what's up, what's up, what's up to everyone. Welcome to another. I forgot I was using this. We don't need to hear no feedback. Ah, hold on. So anyway, we like to say welcome to another One Love Entertainment podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Williams, and we have a special guest here this evening. Miss Waldine Davis is in the building. How you doing?
Thanks for having me. I'm great.
Okay, okay. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. It's a beautiful day out, and I'm glad you can make it. And to get this, I'm just getting. This is my monitor, so we can see the comments going on, and make sure there ain't no feedback.
I'm in good hands.
You in good hands. So people, just give us a second, because I like the comments to come on in and things of that nature. So, but before we get started, how was your day? How's your day going so far?
So far, so good.
Okay. Okay.
Run around getting groceries, and I feed like a couple of homeless people
Oh.
Monday through Sunday.
Okay. 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 So we definitely going to get into that too as well.
And, getting ready for my cruise again with my two broke best friends again.
Okay, well, they watch this. Did you call me broke on
Yes, they're my two granddaughters.
Okay.
My two broke best friends.
Oh, I'm having I don't know what's going on with my pad here. Okay, let's start from the beginning now. Your two broke blessed. I'm having. Okay. All right, here we go. There's always something, ladies and gentlemen. There's always something. But
You'll get it together.
yeah. All right. We good. So, as we got our monitors set so we can see these comments and things that come in. Okay, we might have a little delay, but it's okay. So anyway, thank you everybody. Thank you all for tuning in. It's the One Love Entertainment podcast. Here we go again. It's Monday. Special guest Miss Waldine Davis is in the building again. Okay. So, and I always say this, Waldine, tell the world a little bit about yourself. Pull out.
Well, my name is Waldine.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
I grew up on Clinton Avenue. I come from a cooking family.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Not only was Miss Waldine my mother, Red was my godfather, and Chris was my aunt.
Now, I'm not too familiar.
Chris from Scotland.
Okay. See, a lot of that was before my time. Well, but yeah, I really,
Back in the kitchen.
yeah, you can speak. Everybody will hear what you say.
You used to be over there in Blackjack.
I used to be in Blackjack,
She
correct.
was right across the street.
I didn't really go. Let me put it like this: I really didn't go over there much. You know what I'm saying? I didn't. I didn't eat out much. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So you said Crystal was Chris was at Scotty's. Yes, your aunt. Okay, and your mom Waldine
was the queen of soul food.
Waldine's.
And Specker Red, my godfather, who was the king of soul food.
Right. Okay, now I remember going to Specker Reds back in the day. You know, that was Specker Reds for a long time.
Yes, just as long as Waldine's.
Yeah.
I believe my mom walked into the restaurant to buy it from this guy, Mr. Ward, and I was 5.
Mm-hmm.
So after she got everything together, I started selling candy at the end of the counter.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went from selling candy to washing dishes.
Okay.
From washing dishes to cleaning off the tables. Then at 12, I started running the kitchen by myself. At 12 years old.
Okay, at 12. Wow, that's a responsibility.
Getting paid like I was a regular employee.
Because you watch your mom cook all the time, so you picked up everything. Okay.
Yes, just had to get up in the morning before I went to school at Junior 1 or Trenton High and go to the dock with my dad to get fish.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to have to go out there, clean it, bend it, and fillet it before we went to school.
Oh, wow.
So
Hope you got that fish done.
I never had time to have friends.
Always working.
I was always working.
Okay.
And my mother always told me my money was my best friend.
She ain't never lied.
Yeah,
okay.
You know, I had associates,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but I was always working.
Mm-hmm.
Always working.
And because I know you're an entrepreneur as well, but you know, you still are in that food business, that cooking, food, dinners. And,
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I mean, cooking is my passion.
Okay.
I love it. I can sit home and I just think of a recipe and I just go to it. You know what I'm saying? My mind is always on doing something.
Okay.
You know, trying something.
Right.
Pertaining to cooking, like making my own sauces, barbecue sauce, and just making something.
Right.
You know, it's all about cooking. I love it.
Now,
I love to cook.
I remember one day I had seen you out. I think me and you had a conversation about opening up a restaurant or a food truck, something of that nature.
I'd rather have a food truck than a restaurant because when I grew up, it was 2 o'clock in the morning, you closed. You know what I'm saying? Now, the rent is too much, which my mom owned her business.
Right.
But right now, you ain't even making enough to clear your overhead.
Right.
That's pay your employees, buy your food, and people got to understand, no matter what business you in your house, out your house, you have your good days, you have your bad days.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you just got to balance it. But opening a restaurant, I would never do that because I've seen what my mom went through.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Day in, day out. Couldn't help me with homework. Had to pay somebody to help me because she ain't had time. She was worrying about a roof over our head.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Which she still was a good mom, but she was constantly working. And I remember nights that my mom would come home and get on her knees to pray, and she'll fall asleep down there and then wake up and start praying again. Like, it's a lot.
Right.
And then with the way, like I said, the rent you got to close at 11 o'clock, you're not making no money.
Especially things changed. Back then, it was a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're right. We used to leave the bar scene about 2.
Go get something to eat.
Go get something to eat. Yes. A lot of spots were open.
Yes.
And getting something to eat. And
Yes.
And you're right. We see it happen in Houston. I've seen this happen a lot. We leave spots, food truck right outside the joint. You know what I'm saying? A hook up to get something to eat. Mm-hmm. And me personally, that is a food truck situation is a good idea because you can stay mobile. You can hit spots here and there, put in your own hours.
Yes.
And pay the truck off as you're on.
Yes. Yes.
Just take care of your whatever you
It's
permits.
like when people say, why you don't want a restaurant? Like I said, I grew up in it and I seen what my mom went through. And not only that, you buy a restaurant, you buy a building, then you got your cement and crack. Somebody come through with a high hill and fall, they showing you. So you got to be careful. And not only that, you got to be mindful of your customers. You want to make them safe.
Right.
So my mom always told me the first priority when you buy a building is make sure it's a safe area. Because that's what brings the people in when they feel like they're safe.
Safe, clean.
Yes.
Right.
Clean,
Right.
safe.
Right.
Like on the days we were slow. My mom had us wiping walls, doing this, doing that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You're not going to sit around there and not do nothing and think you're going to get paid.
Right.
She's going to find something for you to do. And that was good.
Right. And it's funny because what I'm thinking too, not just only a safe, clean environment, but you got to be careful with the food because, people got allergies and allergic to things. And
Well, when I was coming up, I ain't know nothing about people that had allergies. I'm being honest with you because we sold everything.
Right.
We sold the beef for the people who ate beef.
Right.
We sold the pork, whatever.
Right.
And then my dad would open up 4 o'clock in the morning and my mom would make homemade biscuits from scratch. So when he opened up at 4, it was the fish, the grits, the sausage, and all of that, and the homemade biscuits with the Alka-Seltzer.
Okay.
They don't even sell Alka-Seltzer no more. It's hard to find it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
That's the thick syrup with the red top.
Oh. I don't eat syrup, so I don't.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
But it wasn't even about allergies or nothing, because we cooked everything.
You that's a valid point. You're right. Back in the day, you didn't really, because we used to get vaccination shots. I don't think they do that anymore.
I don't need that.
Okay.
I don't even hear nothing about the mumps or the measles.
Yo, real talk.
Or chicken pox.
Chicken pox. You're right. Because in our day, we were so home for that with the quickness. And you're right. I haven't. Wow.
Yeah. I be telling my grandkids about certain things. They're like, Grandma, that's back in your day. These kids really just, you know what I'm saying? I teach my grandbabies how to cook. Like, I showed my granddaughter how to make homemade ice cream. I even showed them how to fry ice cream.
Okay.
Because ice cream is friable.
Right. Yeah, I heard of fried ice cream.
Yes.
Okay.
So like I said, I just be
constantly.
Yes, I made banana pudding ice cream from scratch one time. I just be sitting home bored.
Let me ask you another question, because I know you've seen it, and if I'm not mistaken, you have cooked from home, sold platters and trays. Because I was a customer. You sold platters and trays, and I see a lot of people doing that now. You know what I'm saying?
It's cheaper.
It's cheaper, right?
And the reason why I say it's cheaper, for me, my motto is I pay my rent already, so I don't gotta pay for another spot. You know what I'm saying? I don't gotta pay for the restaurant and pay my rent. I done paid my rent. Light bill, everything paid for. So what I make is mine, but you want to cook in a very, very clean environment. You know what I'm saying? Like I was taught as a child, you clean as you cook.
Right. Yeah,
and that's the model with me. Like I have to clean as I cook. My kids hate coming to my house on Sundays because after I cook, if I tell you to be to my house at 2 o'clock to get something to eat, 2 o'clock, not 2:30, not 3. Because now my food is in Ziplocs. Because I didn't put all my food up and I done wash my pots and clean my kitchen. Now I'm chilling.
Right.
And they be like, oh, Don't be putting the food up. We don't want to eat out of Ziploc. We should have got here at 2 o'clock. Because now you know it's Ziploc. So my kids call me the Ziploc queen.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Clean as you go. I take that motto in not just cooking, but anything I do.
Yes.
I clean up as I go.
Yes.
I like to stay organized, you know, and cooking.
Me
and I'm
too.
the same way. Okay.
I'm a very time consuming person. Everything's about time with me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I get up, I can cook for a whole 300 people within a day and a half. If I was to do a catering job, and I do it by myself.
You cook all the food by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Delivery, prepping,
Set up everything.
all by yourself.
I have workers.
Oh yeah,
help me do that.
okay.
But when it comes to cooking,
you just
I don't want nobody in my kitchen. I don't want nobody in my way.
Right.
And my son asks me all the time, Mom, how my sister know how to cook? You never even allow us in the kitchen. I never allow my kids in the kitchen.
So
I never taught them how to cook.
So how they learn how
She learned on her own and asking questions.
But she did watch you. She watched from a distance. I mean, like, you know.
A little bit.
Okay.
But when they got on my nerve, I put them out.
Well, why you didn't want it?
Because I don't know. I just didn't want them in the kitchen.
I mean,
Not that I didn't want them to learn what I did.
Right.
But I wanted them to learn like I did. Some of it was watching. Some of it was just like whatever you feel like in your head. If you want to cook, you just make up something and just cook it. And just put love in. Like everything I do is about love.
Right.
I love to cook.
Okay.
I love to cook.
All dishes. Italian,
homemade stuffing from scratch with the back in the day, and then here cornmeal. I make my own cornbread.
Wait, they don't make that anymore? That Indian, you talking about that gold
bag?
That's still around, right?
Yes, it's still around.
Okay.
But it's like I make my stuff, but like a lot of people make stuffing different.
Right.
Well, my mom put rice in her stuffing.
Okay.
Stuff like that. And our number one seller out East Trenton was Walden's macaroni and cheese with the beef gravy on top of it. Cups of rice and gravies, cups of beef stew, like literally.
Yeah. Now, tell me about your mac and cheese, because the reason why everybody can't make mac and cheese, man.
Well,
is it cheesy?
Yes.
Please let it be
yes,
cheesy.
it's cheesy, but you got to know how to use the right cheese. Like some people do 5 and 6 cheeses. My mother never did that. All we needed was 2 sharps and a big Velveeta, and work your hot noodles into it. Most people want to melt their cheese with the milk and pour on top. You're not getting cheese all over your noodles.
Right.
You got to put your hot noodles inside that, on that cheese.
Right.
Let that cheese sit out the night so it can get even softer when it sit out.
Right.
So that hot noodle, and when you bake it, you got cheese over all your noodles.
Right. How many times you get some mac and cheese, you stick your fork in, there's a cheese layer sitting on top, and all the noodles just as white as your shirt.
That's because they didn't do it right, and they didn't work it in, and they didn't let their cheese sit out the night before.
Okay.
In order for the cheese to get soft,
sit it out the night before. Block cheese. Sit
cut
out
up
the
your Velveeta, cut up your extra sharp, whatever. Let it sit out. When you get up that morning, as soon as them noodles get in that grit, in that strainer, that little bit of water,
are they still hot?
pour it right in and start working it.
Oh, okay.
Start working it.
So some people let the noodles get cold and then try to add.
And then some people put everybody, everybody cook different. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Some people put their cheese on the stove and melt it. Everybody cook their cheese different, but I grew up that way.
Because I don't know how to make macaroni and cheese. Instant. Now I can do the instant, but listen.
Well, I just gave you the recipe to do it.
Oh, and I'm
all
doing
you gotta do,
and I'm paying attention.
Have your Velveeta, your extra sharp.
Let it sit out so it gets soft.
Get soft, and add your hot noodles, a little bit of the water, and mix it and stir, and you will see how all of it. Then add your milk, put it in. Make sure all your noodles are underneath the milk, Because if you don't, pieces of noodles will be burned. I don't like macaroni and cheese like that. So you gotta make sure everything is smoothed out.
All noodles under the milk, and so you can see a nice little layer of milk, and then you put
nice
it
and smooth. All your noodles is underneath
and
your
then
milk.
you put it in the oven. And so that way, when it's the milk evaporates with the cheese and it's nice,
and you'll
nice
see how pretty and golden it looks. Nice, pretty.
Now you know I'm gonna do it, and guess what? I'm gonna go live doing it. Say, well, dang, now I'm making the mac and cheese.
Trust me, you're gonna do it good because you gotta make sure everything is smooth. All your noodles are smooth.
Okay.
I don't like eating macaroni. I don't like eating macaroni and cheese that's standing up and all of it don't look like it's been come together. And
because
I'm a very particular person. Like I don't really like to eat out. I support other people.
Right.
Not saying I always get it, but I support. But I really don't like eating out because I'm very particular about my food. And the first thing that I'm very particular about, presentation means a lot to me.
Yes.
If the presentation ain't good, I don't want it.
Right.
That what really catches my eye.
Right.
The first time I look at it, it got to be the presentation.
Right.
If it ain't a presentation, I'm good.
Right.
I'm good.
Right. And I trust me. I did my dabbling in cooking.
Yeah.
And a little sprinkle, and I get my napkin and wipe around because presentation is key. You know what I'm saying? But it looks good. It gotta taste good.
Like I've been seeing somebody post food on Facebook or whatever, catering, and then you got the burnt edges around the stuff. You ain't wipe the pan, and it's just like
listen. I'm like that too. I'm real particular because I don't eat everybody cooking and everybody food. I'm just like that. But you're right. I will support.
I do support.
I will support.
I do support.
Definitely.
But presentation.
You're right.
Presentation is my kid.
And
definitely my kid. I am a presentation person.
Let me ask you, because now, we, as far as you open up a restaurant, you told us your reason why you wouldn't. But what you have seen, I'm sure I have seen, you have seen, everybody in Trenton have seen. A lot of our peoples, tried to open a restaurant, but wasn't that successful. May not have last long. Any reason maybe that you could think of why it didn't really jump off? Because there's a few restaurants that did come and go.
But you got to remember, you have to really, really, like my mom really put effort in everything. She made sure she hired the right people. And I'm not going to sit here and lie. Sometimes you have to watch your people. You know what I'm saying? People will be in that back cutting up chicken and wrapping it in a little corner and putting it in their pocketbook because they ain't take nothing out at home. I'm being honest with you. I have seen all that.
Right.
I have seen people you bought 4 dinners and they only charge for 3, but all the money in the register and they've been cleaned you out and made them some extra by the time they get off. My mom sat and watched everything. It was hard to get over on her.
And you know what? And that's just hard in business, period.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because trying to trust somebody to, your mom, she need to be in that kitchen cooking that food. Although she want to watch.
She had to cook in the kitchen.
Right.
She watched. Right. I was the night cook.
Right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Miss Melvina was the day cook. I was the night cook. And then my sister-in-law, which was Star, she would cook too. And then my sister Letta. My late sister Letta.
So one key thing is watching your peoples.
Watching your people and pay your bills.
Paying your bills.
Pay your bills.
Any other thing?
Just let people know, like when you hire them, I don't care who you hire, your kids, your family. Let them know it's about business. I give you that hug and kiss after you off the clock, but right now it's about my money. This is my livelihood. This is what pays my bills. Love ain't got nothing to do with it right now.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? You got to stick to that and not always giving somebody something in the family because they come and say they're hungry and everybody think they can come in and eat for free. No, I charge my kids when I sell dinners.
Right.
Like when my daughter sells drinks, she charges me. It's a business.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It's a business. In order for your business to success, you have to charge no matter who it is.
If you give everything away,
That's why your business going down.
Well, okay. What about the food, the prices?
Well, now prices is crazy.
All over.
Yeah, because like I said, my mom dinners used to be no more than $12.
Mm-hmm.
That's why when I make dinners, and no matter how full and heavy my food is, it ain't even about the money to me. You know what I'm saying? I charge $20
Mm-hmm.
right now for a platter.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what kind of meat it is. It's $20 because the money is not. It's not about the money. I like just to hear how people talk when they eat my food. That's where I get my blessings from. That's where I get my hoorays from. It ain't even about the money. It's about when you eat my food and you talk about, oh wow, that young girl can cook this and that and that. That's why I like. That's why I like it here.
And guess what? If the food is good, the money ain't even an issue. It's a good, healthy, nice platter.
At all.
And listen, what 30 foot? I need that, and it's the money's not even an issue.
At all.
Now you give me something and it's flimsy, it's light, it wouldn't taste that good. You might not see me back again.
You don't gotta tell me twice. You don't gotta tell me twice. You don't gotta tell me twice.
What's up, brother Bishop Parham, all the way from
you don't gotta
Creek,
tell me
South
twice.
Carolina.
But yeah, like all my mind walking family is from Savannah, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
So she grew up cooking and everything, but they all cooks, and I just love that she taught me this because at the end of the day, you can take anything in the world from me, but you can't take my passion of cooking. And you can't take that I know how to cook.
Right.
From me.
That's God-given
I'm
talent.
going to always eat and stay above. As long as I got God and my talent.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be good.
Absolutely.
I ain't going to be rich, but I'm going to be comfortable.
Now, I know you mentioned that you were doing some community work a little early today.
I see, people standing out front of 7-Eleven and the guy on Brunswick Avenue, Eric. I've been feeding Eric for 2.5 years. And then I just met a family 2 weeks ago. I feed them. I adopt families at Christmas time, stuff like that. Or to my grandkids or somebody find somebody that's less fortunate. I shouldn't have did that with my kids. With my kids growing up, I would let them have a Christmas. The following Christmas, I'll tell them to find somebody, and they ain't get nothing for Christmas because I had them get their Christmas to someone else. I've had them at the age of 10 and 10 and 8 go into the suitcase and volunteer to let them see that was people out here less fortunate than us.
Right.
And these kids today don't even want to come outside.
I do my little 1-2 week go around, and we
I wanted to join one of those little organizations, but I was like, you know what?
Well, it's not so much joining an organization. Like, what we do, it's like it's nothing hard. We just jump up, we put some stuff together, get containers. I take my grandkids out there, and this is what we use here in our house. We are feeding those that are unfortunate, those that's in need of a good meal. We don't use the word homeless or anything like that because you can have a home and still need something to eat.
Yeah, you don't got to tell me.
Right.
But back in the day, I used to go to the food pantry real quick and save up on me some money from the canned goods.
Listen, I certain pantries, I got a building that they give, the church, they give out food. And I took bags myself.
I was supervisor of True Servant Food Ministry. I used to go get the food, bring it back, pass it out and stuff. I like doing that. I even like feeding. I told my kids we're going to do a Thanksgiving thing.
Mm-hmm.
But they want to, but then they're like, Mom, you sure? But I just want them all on board.
Well, when, I do it a lot. And my next feeding or anything of that nature, I definitely will give you a call. And
I just need to have a couple of days notice. So I can make a nice little menu.
Now,
I like doing I could get a case of chicken, and out of that case of chicken legs, I done made 3 pans of chicken, or either teriyaki, sweet and sour, or just a Missy sauce chicken. You know what I'm saying? Different chickens, even though they all baked or whatever, but
Right.
it's different flavors.
See,
No.
like I said, this is not where you got to join an organization to do this. This is everything is being done from the heart,
Yeah.
not to be on the scene,
Yeah,
not
that's
for
what that's
recognition.
why I'm
Yeah,
like, yeah.
This is
Yeah.
something from the heart because
Yeah.
we have functions, cookouts, and things of that nature. So when we have this leftover food, like at Club Stevie's, I take it and I break it down, container it up, and I go like certain areas, certain places, like you mentioned, train station by the bridge. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to give you money, but I can give you a nice meal. You know what I'm saying? And I had, before I leave work, I had like 2 or 3 containers of a good, the fork, napkin, and everything. And they be grateful. They take it, So I love doing that. That makes me feel good. You know what I'm saying?
I really do. Because at the end of the day, I mean, some of my family members might be out there and somebody done fed them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I feel good doing that because I really don't look for accolades either. Cooking, like I said, cooking my passion. A person will call me and be like, "Oh, thing, I need you to donate such and such." I don't ask for no money. I just do it until you come pick it up. Right. Because I love to cook.
No, ain't no come pick it up. You coming out there to help us get it out.
Oh no, it's come pick it up.
So
nigga knees and got bad. I roll around the kitchen. But I'll make it work,
Okay. Well, I definitely will have you on mine because I know my grandkids asked about. I told them because summer coming.
Well, I got my grandbabies here too. I went to Georgia last week and flew in.
I see you on the plane.
Yeah, I just flew in and flew right back out the same day.
Okay.
Went and got my son oldest.
Okay.
So she's here. So like she used to love to work with me, fix containers we take down to Cycle King and stuff like that. But they love to work, and I'm glad I got them here. But I just gotta find something for them to do right now.
Right. I feel you. Well,
I don't know what I want them to do right now, but I gotta find something for them to do.
Well, definitely enjoy your babies while they're here for the summer. Correct? Okay.
One of them, but one live here.
Okay. Cool. So.
Whenever you're ready, just hit me up. Let me know ahead of time.
Most definitely. Okay. Say it louder.
Around food stamp time, and I can just make a whole table full for you.
Okay. All right, say.
I mean, from the vegetables to the rice to the whatever, I'll make a whole table. I remember a couple of years ago, East Trenton had a reunion, and I bought a sign, and my sign said, "Back in the day, Walgreens sold food," and I made everything that my mom sold in that restaurant by myself.
Right.
And I was giving it out. It was free.
Okay.
It was free.
Well, let me ask you a question, because the hot plates in the fall and the winter time, but here it is about to get hot. How about some cold sandwiches, maybe?
You can do like cold sandwiches, and also for hot. I think for the hot time, chicken is always good because if somebody don't have a place to sleep, you can eat chicken cold.
Cold or hot. You're right about that.
You can eat chicken cold.
Right.
But it's all right to have something light, like meatballs. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like a nice pasta salad. Tuna fish salad.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
Okay. So
it's going to be hard to really and have fruit for.
Right.
I mean, fruit is expensive, but you can make it work.
Right.
Use your imagination. You can make your own design of a fruit salad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. You're right.
Fruit salad, as long as you put some, a lot of people don't know. When you make fruit salad, put applesauce in it. And make your fruit last longer.
Oh, see, people, I didn't know anything about putting applesauce. You just mix it like a couple of teaspoons of applesauce and mix it.
Put your little jar, depends on how big your pan is, or how big your bowl is. If it's a nice size bowl, get a little one, or 2 little poppy cups, and mix it in there. And it makes your make your fruit last longer.
Bishop Fulton Parham, he's tuning in from Goose Creek, South Carolina.
Okay.
He said when he come home, he coming to come and grab a bite from you.
Not a problem.
Money doesn't matter. I support my people. Thank you, bro. Thank you,
Thank you
bro.
so much.
That's what we need. That's what we need. That support, you know. So, Waldine, before we get up out of here, and we, you know, cooking is your thing. Any dinners or something coming up where we can look forward
Well,
to?
me myself, I was telling my son, being that, you know, it's getting hot, you know, I want to get back into cooking and selling again.
Mhm.
And it's getting hot. I was going to try some teriyaki cheesesteaks, some sweet and sour chicken cheesesteaks, turkey wing cheesesteaks, and oxtails with sides. Potato salad, tuna salad, pasta salad, with your side and your sandwich. Everything was going to be $20.
Okay. Well, that's sound like that's a go ahead. That's the plan. Okay.
I just got to get that push to get started.
Right.
But that's what I want to do because it's getting hot.
Right.
And I don't want to be giving them city workers, you know, water work, nobody worker,
Mhm.
nothing too heavy.
Mhm.
Unless they going to pick it up after they get off of work to go home with it.
Right.
Because I know my pool put them to sleep.
So
I know it's
you do not
I
want to
remember
get.
my ex-husband used to count all the knockouts I had when we invited people over to eat. He'd sit there and count and be like, Missy, you at number 50.
Wow.
After they eat, they like that.
So you do not want to get no state workers in trouble by eating a Waldine meal. You're going to sleep.
You going to sleep.
Order at lunchtime and take a half a day and go home and eat it.
Pretty much. Or pick it up on your way home.
On your way home.
Because you're going to sleep.
Go take it with you, eat a little bit, put it up, and then eat the rest when you get home.
Because you're going to sleep. I mean,
Okay,
I'm not
okay.
bragging, but I love to cook, and I know I'm good at what I do.
The Waldine knockout platter.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well,
So I want to thank you for having me.
Hey, no,
I
thank you
appreciate this.
thank you for coming
and
on.
Thank you for having me re-announce my mom that she was the queen of soul food.
Right here in the
Trenton,
city of
New
Trenton,
Jersey.
Absolutely.
Had a restaurant for 50 years.
Mm-hmm. And you
Never
know,
got robbed, never got stuck up. And she kept a gun.
and to our older viewers that are watching that do remember Waldines, and to some of our younger people that's watching that's out there cooking now, ask about Waldines.
To your parents, your aunts and uncles, and they'll tell you if that lady ain't do nothing else, she can cook.
So, but I thank you once again, and guess what?
Yeah,
When
I
you do make
appreciate
them cheesesteaks, please. I'm a city worker, but
Exactly.
I definitely come.
You know what? You're going to be the one who's going to try the first one. Oh, then tell me how it is.
Say no more.
No.
Next thing you know,
Because, see, my son don't eat meat no more, so I'm going to have to get somebody
Okay.
to, tell me how it is. So I got you.
okay. So then
Got you.
when I
Matter of
pick
fact,
it
that
up,
might be Sunday. Just
Okay.
to give you a standoff.
okay.
That'll be my gift to you Sunday.
okay.
I'm going to make one. Which one? Which one you want?
Well,
it don't matter.
It don't matter. I never had. You said the teriyaki.
Chicken. It would be fresh chicken breast with my own mixture of my sauce,
Mm-hmm.
but a little bit of teriyaki.
Okay.
I'm gonna have a sweet and sour.
So,
I'm gonna have a turkey cheesesteak. Everything will have green peppers, onions, or whatever you want, mushrooms, whatever you want, however you want it.
well, the teriyaki, the oxtail, the sweet and sour.
Okay. So out of the teriyaki,
Out of teriyaki and
and
oxtail, either one of them
You
was
want to
good.
try teriyaki?
Yes.
Green peppers, onions, mushrooms?
Yes.
Got you.
Yes.
What kind of style?
Mac and cheese.
Okay, I got you. I got you. Oh, I
Mac and
got you.
cheese. Mac and cheese.
I got you Sunday.
Okay.
And that is a promise. Now, don't have me call you Saturday night and be like, "Sis, don't cook nothing. Don't get
Nah, son. Only thing, I'll probably be out here doing some lawn services, and
Okay.
call me, and I'll come pick it up.
Definitely is. But then once you do, let me know. And once you let me know, that's when I'm going to take off and do the rest.
And then I'll advertise it right here on One Love Entertainment Podcast.
And that's when I'll
And-
take off and do the rest. So we got a date Sunday.
Yes, ma'am. And
Mhm.
before we get up out of here,
What kind of bread?
white bread.
No, cheesesteak.
Oh.
Week.
Regular. Okay, regular. I'm sorry. My sister down in North Carolina said her mom remembers the restaurant. Okay.
Tell her thank you.
Yeah, that's Trouble. Real quick, Pete's, I don't have the flyer in front of me, but June 29th, Big John and Stephen Craig Entertainment, June 29th, they're doing it in the park down in the Willingboro area. It's June 29th. It's an all-day event. They got a couple of DJs that's playing all types of various music. You know what I'm saying? Old school, R&B, nice. Hip hop. They're gonna mix it up. So again, Big John and Stephen Craig. June 29th is in the Willingboro area. I don't have the flyer in front of me, but I will announce it again. So, put that down on your date, on calendar, and come on out, bring a tent, and come and enjoy yourself. June 29th, I'll be there. So come on out and support.
I'm trying to come down here with some jungle juices and stuff.
There you go. So once again, thank you, sis. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me. And thank everybody who tuned in.
Absolutely. So we'll see y'all on the next podcast. I thank y'all for tuning in. Appreciate y'all. To Williams of One Love Entertainment. Peace. And we're out.
Thank you.
You very, very